What's up, gamers? This is the first episode of a series I'm going to start doing called Magic with Meebo. So essentially, I just want to do some gameplay throughout the week, probably once a week, looking at any decks I'm looking forward to, decks I'm recommending for the week, or maybe even some user-submitted decks in the future. We'll see. This week, I'm really excited to get some gameplay going for the early access streamer event. I got this account gifted to me for WotC for the event, so fully stocked account, very cool, get to try out a lot of cool things. Today, for the first episode of Magic with Meebo, we're going to be looking at blue-red Prowess. That's not something we've been seeing in Standard at all. So obviously there's gotta be some new cards that we're looking at, right? Ooh, also Arena has a little boop, boop, boop. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so blue-red Prowess, Izzet Phoenix, like stuff like that. We haven't really seen an Izzet spell-slinging deck in quite a while in Standard, actually. Izzet Phoenix was a deck that I used to be really interested in Standard, so having some kind of new Prowess cards come back into Standard is just my cup of tea. Real quickly, if you don't know me, my name is Allie, probably better known as Meebo, and I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/mythic_Meebo. You might have seen me on Twitter. I'm very online at Mythic Meebo. I am a Rivals League competitor, and I have 2 GP top 8s and 1 Players Tour top 8, so I like Magic a lot. I am pretty entrenched in the competitive scene, so that's going to be kind of where I focus this series on for a while. But let's dive into the actual deck, talk about this a little, and then let's just get into some gameplay, because that's why y'all are here. Like, you don't want me to keep talking about myself. This is actually a list from Yeoman5. He does a lot of work into the early access streamer events. Anytime there's a new set, he likes to come up with 50 decks, and I pull from him a lot, and this one immediately caught my eye. So, Opt, old card, pretty straightforward. Using Pteramander as well, there's a lot of instants and sorceries in this list, so being able to adapt Pteramander eventually is pretty doable. We want to keep this deck pretty low on the curve, too. Crash Through. Got reprint in M21 as well. Originally, we see here an M19 card, but yeah, Crash Through just kind of cycles, enables Prowess. Drawing a card is really huge, especially when you're kind of floating out. Shock. I don't know what else to say about Shock. It's just very versatile. Yeah. Then we get into a couple new cards here, right? So we're looking at Lofty Denial. It's a 2-mana counter target spell unless its controller pays 1. And if you control a creature with flying, counter that spell unless its controller pays 4. So this is obviously going to be very good in this deck, because, I mean, like, look at the cards that we have. We have Riddle Form, we have Sprite Dragon, we have Brazen Burrow, and we have Stormwing Entity. I'm going to go into all these cards a little bit later, but they're all flyers. Like, this card's always going to be counter unless you're, unless the spell's owner pays 4. So, easy way to really, like, protect from spot removal or board wipe. So I like this card a lot. Moving on to Riddle Form. I'm a little iffy on this. It's been pretty good in my testing, especially because this feels like one of the first types of these cards, enchantments that turns into a creature that actually has flying and synergizes pretty well with the rest of the deck. Also can scry 1. So I can be sold on this card. It's been very good, but I feel like we have a lot of, like, creatures already, so I don't know if another, like, 4 of an enchantment is really what we want to be doing, but maybe I'm just wrong. Raking Claws, we had this in Ikoria, just double strike, sure, whatever. Sprite Dragon, I've been super impressed with since the release of Ikoria. Didn't really find a home in Constructed because there's, like, hasn't really been a spell slinging prowessy deck. This is kind of like pseudo prowess. It gets 1/1 counters, flying, haste. Love everything about this card. Excited to actually like see it do stuff. After that, we got Brazen Borrower. That's kind of just been a staple and standard for a really long time. Adventure is just really good. It's 2 spells in 1. What more can you want? And then the newest card that probably just like makes this archetype possible that I'm super excited for is Stormwing Entity. You can pretend it's a 5-drop, but it really isn't. It's Flying Prowess, and it costs 2 and a blue less to cast if you cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn. So it's like, essentially it's 3 mana, right? Because you play Opt and then you play this for 2, or you play Crash Through and then you play this for 2. And it scries when it enters, so you get to set up the following turns as well. And it's a 3/3. Like, that's a huge creature to have prowess. That's a 2-drop, essentially. So, very excited to just dive into some gameplay with this deck. For this series, I'm going to be swapping between Standard and Historic because, I don't know, if you've been watching me on Twitch at all, or following me on Twitter, you will know I love Historic. Historic has just been a phenomenal format for me. And I'm very interested in continuing to explore Historic content. But for today, I do want to try out this deck in Standard. I do want to get some gameplay in. So, that's enough of me just like running my mouth. Let's just jump into some gameplay and see how this deck performs. Alright, we are in the early access streamer event, so we are going to be playing against other people in the event with us. This is not a hand that we want to keep. This is so much better. We can keep this 6. Can probably throw back an Opt. We can even throw back a Mountain. This deck operates on a super low curve, so I think with the Ops I might actually just throw back the Mountain because we can get a Scry and we get Ops. Hopefully we can get one of our more impactful creatures than just a Brazen Borrower. Let's see, this is a 1-drop lifelink. If it enters from your graveyard, or you cast it from your graveyard, exile it and create a 5/5 instead. Alright, that's pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and scry. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. We definitely want to keep that on top. Alright, looks like we might be playing against like a black-white aristocrat strategy. Very cool, like that too. Alright. Kind of don't want to play anything because I do want to be able to cast our Stormwing Entity next turn, so I think I'm going to hold up Brazen Borrower and pass turn. We can take 2 here, only be going down to 17, and then we can bounce Cruel Celebrant at their end step, or if they play something scarier, we can always bounce that as well. Yep. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty scary. Let's see what they put in. Ooh, yeah, the new one. I like this card a lot. Whenever our opponent gains life, I'm gonna lose that much life. So I'm very content just bouncing that one back. Ooh. I think this actually might change what I want to do. I think I want to get this Sprite Dragon down to kill the Sorin right away. Don't want that to plus next turn and kill our Storm Entity. So let's just play that Sprite Dragon. It's got haste. There's no point in pumping it now, so we can just leave it at 1 for now. Oh, I didn't know Cruel Celebrant was Planeswalkers as well. Alright. We can hold up Opt. That's an option. Option. Oh. Y'all will quickly learn that I think I'm a lot funnier than I am. I'm very not funny. Alright. Destroy target creature with no counters on it. I have some bad news for you, friend. We'll put a counter on it. Yeah, alright. Sweet. So now I would like to get one of these storm entities down. Let's opt, because we might actually want another land here. That's actually probably fine. Scry 2, we can keep one of the lands. And yeah, I mean, we're not under a ton of pressure, at all. Alright, I got that back, but... Oh, Sure. So we're gonna end up losing 2 life. Alright, never mind, we're losing a lot of life. Alright, that's a little... Yeah, that was pretty good, huh? Do gotta be a little careful with our life total now. We are at a pretty low life total. We can probably swing one of these in and then use Brazen Borrower to bounce this next turn. Yeah. I haven't yet been able to play against some of these cards yet, so this is pretty exciting, right? Alright. So let's block there. Let's give Vito the little boop. So sure, we'll be losing 1 to Cruel Celebrant, but we're not gonna be stacking up a ton of triggers this time. This is best of 1, so unfortunately today for the streamer event we don't get to dive into any, like, sideboard planning at all, but that'll be something we explore a lot more in future videos. Flying, lifelink. Each opponent loses 3. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see. I think we can move to attacks. If there's no blocks, we can kill the Cruel Celebrant and then play a Stormwing entity on second main. Alright. Let's get rid of this. This is obviously not the match that we really wanted, these lofty denials, but that's fine. Alright, yeah. Probably just want the crash through. I don't think Riddle form is very good here. Vito, back to the battlefield. Oh, let's see. 1-drop Vigilance, lifelink, tap, create a 4/4 white angel creature token when flying. Activate this only if you have at least 7 more than starting life total, and activate it as a sorcery. Alright. So we might actually be able to win this turn if we draw very well off of this. So let's see how that goes. So we did not draw very well. Alright. 7. Yeah, we just have to attack. Actually, yeah. Only we had 1 more. Huh, 1 more would have done it, but... Yeah, unfortunately, it's getting a little close here now. Let's throw this out, and then we also have a lofty denial in case of emergencies. We'll leave the crash through on top. Alright, yeah, cool. Yeah, so, I mean, deck feels cool, at the very least. I'm a big fan of the Prowess decks. Seems like... I don't know. I'm really hopeful that it has a spot in spot in the metagame. Let's jump into another match. Alright, what do we have here? This is definitely still a hand that I like. I'm always gonna forget that this is a 5-drop because it's just a 2-drop. Like, it's okay. Alright. Just gonna pass here. Probably end up shocking this, but we'll wait and see if there's something better. Like that. Oh, what? A cat-dog deck? Cat-dog. Alright, I think that means I'm going to play Riddle Form this turn, and then next turn we can, trigger Riddle Form as well as play our Storm Wing entity. These are some names, Yeah, let's get our buddy down first. Take action. Yeah, we'll take another Sprite Dragon, that's fine. Maybe we do just need to keep Riddle Form in the deck to get all those extra creatures. Whenever this mutates, to create 2 1/1 cat creature tokens with lifelink. Alright. Ooh, that's a little awkward. We can't, play Sprite Dragon and Crash Through. Alright. It's like, alright. It's not the best. We don't need a third one. Yeah, so our mana was a little awkward there, but I think we're still in a pretty good spot. If they get to mutate, we're still probably fine. They don't have a way to stop, our flyers. Alright. Lifelinkers are a little problematic. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I would very much like to, counter that. Oh, yeah. That would have been game over. Alright, we'll make this a 3/3 as well, so we'll get some blocking down. Yeah, that probably just forces them to only... Well, never mind. Alright. They're up to 16, that's pretty good. We're bricking, that's pretty bad. Man, let's throw this out. So we're taking this anyway. Just swing with the 1, we go down to 3. So we can, like, kill off some of these. Could also take 6. I don't think I really want to take 6. Let's just swing for 1. Hopefully we can, like, get runner our next turn. Just do a bunch of crash throughs and ops. Yeah, they're still going to attack this way, which I don't think I completely agree with, but... Oh, okay, sure, they have Animal Sanctuary. Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. We're just dead. Alright. Always check for lethal, kids. Alright, well, we probably have time for one more best of 1 match. So we've faced Cat Tribal, and we lost to there. We lost them some sneaky animal sanctuaries, and we beat black white aristocrats. See if we can get another game going. Alrighty, what's this hand look like? We got a creature on 1, which is always good. We got a riddle form. Alright. I think I'm gonna keep this. None of it really like replaces itself. I would love to have like an opt or trash through, but I think what we have going on right now is okay for an opener. Opponent thinking on their 7. Yeah, we will keep ours. Opponent kept theirs as well. Playing in Leyline of Abundance. Looks like we're playing some Simic Ramp. This will be a good, like, test to see if our deck can hang. Because, like, I am pretty sure Simic Ramp is going to be very important in the standard meta going forward. I'll, like, definitely explore Simic Ramp in future YouTube videos. Let's start out with Riddle Form, because we kind of have a lot going on after that. But yeah, anyway, so this will be a really good test to see if this deck is kind of okay in the meta. Because if it can beat Simic Ramp, then I feel a lot better about actually putting, like, time into this deck. Let's start with Crash Through. We're probably going to shock this Incubation Druid. It's a good one, too. I still think I'm content shocking the Incubation Druid. Hopefully there's not, counterspell of any sorts. Definitely like taking the ramp deck off of their creatures, especially with Leyline of Abundance out. Any opportunity to just kind of like slow them down a little bit. They did whiff off of Growth Spiral, so that's a good sign for us. Another Paradise Ruin, alright. Those do produce 2 mana each, so that's a little scary. Alright, yep. Got a counter for their payoff when they get there. Hopefully we get a land that... Oh, no. Land... like, kind of helps because... Alright. We need to see if they're going to cast an Ugin next turn. So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they can... I'm going to keep up the Lofty Denial. So let's do another Crash Through. At this point, it's kind of just fueling the Terramander. Oh, are they gonna... Nope. Don't think I want to cycle that, so let's just go to our turn. Cast Riddle Form. Trigger the other Riddle Form. That's another cool thing about Riddle Form, right? Like, it can trigger itself. Alright. So... we could go for it. Not sure they have anything here. If they do, though, we just die to Ugin, so I don't... Let's just, like, go for it. That's fine. I doubt they have a response. Like, I think they're only holding up Incubation Druid Adapt. I think that if this was like a best of 3 match, I think I would not go for it there, because I would expect more of Aether Gust main, maybe like Mystical Dispute main. I think since this is a best of 1 match, I kind of expect it less. I could just get blown out here, and that's completely my fault, but gotta go for the win. Do we have it? Do we have it? Do we have it? Oof. Oh, geez. Alright. Not expecting that one. Let's, fade an Ugin, then. Oh, I forgot to play out land, because I was too, like, into it. Okay. Yeah. We're able to counter a discontinuity this time, though, so, like, that's something we know that they're actually doing. Hair. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna move to combat now. Going to Haya. This actually doesn't do anything in this situation. That's very unfortunate. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they just pay for it. Yep. Alright. Oh, that's why I didn't play a lane, because they just ended the turn, right? Playing with new cards sometimes just kind of gets you. Alright. Woohoo! We got to counter the Ugin. Alright, let's just win the game now. So bounce that, make these into creatures. And we get to swing for lethal. Very cool. Could also adapt Terramander if we wanted to, but lots of different options. Alright, I am feeling really good about this deck. I'm excited to see what comes of it in the future. Let me pull up the deck list one more time. We can give that a gander. Alright, so again, this is a list I got from Yoman5. You should go check him out on Twitter. I think he also has a YouTube and Twitch, so you should check him out there too, as well. And yeah, thank you all for hanging out in my latest YouTube video. I say that in Twitch. Maybe that's like not the right terminology. What do YouTubers say? If you liked this video, you should like the video and subscribe to my channel. There we go. We're learning the YouTube lingo. Be sure to leave any feedback in the comments. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear maybe any decks you want to see, any directions you want me to go. If you prefer standard or historic, I'm obviously going to do a lot of both, but we'll definitely cater to what you're more interested in. Any kind of decks you want to see me do, just respond in the comments. I want to hear from you. Be sure to check out my other socials. You can find me at Twitter at Mythic Meebo. I also stream every weekday at 10 a.m. Central Time. You can find me doing that live, twitch.tv/mythic_Meebo. And yeah, thank y'all for watching. I'll see you next week.